People's got a lot of stuff to do today. Go ahead and call the meeting to order. Mr. Reed, will you lead us in the prayer and the pledge?
Lord, thank you for the beautiful weather that we're seeing and the flowers as they come forward. Help us to know that as we look at the cycle of life, that's what you've set in your handiwork, and that it is a signal to us that you're true and living God. And we thank you for that piece of evidence that we can strengthen our faith with. And Lord, we just thank you that during the inclement weather that we have come out not so bad, that we thank you for watching over us and taking care of us. We thank you for all of our county employees. We thank you for their skills and their abilities, and we just thank you for a beautiful county that we have stewardship of for a short period of time. Help us to know that what we do today will impact those of tomorrow, and help us to make good decisions and do the right things for our county, for our future growth. Lord, we just ask you to be with our individuals in the service. We ask you to protect them and take care of them in this events that we see on the world stage today. And Lord, help that to be a event that will work out for the good of the world. Lord, we just ask you to bless us each day, bless our families and our loved ones. Help us to always be faithful. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Next thing on the agenda is approval of the minutes. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Next on the agenda is the amendments. Gene, you wanna fill us in on that?
We have, actually, I'll just let, we're actually moving some money, just no new money, we're gonna move some money around to fill in some holes, and, Beth, she's worked me with that. She wants to go over that, we can.
Okay, the first item is administration, and so what we were trying to do with this amendment is trying to go ahead, the biggest thing that formed these amendments, we had some insurance recovery funds, but while we were trying to put those in the right spot, we went on and kind of wanted to clean up some other items as well. And the first one we're gonna talk about is administration, and I wanna make sure I point out this, which is consistent, $2,060. I do not want anybody to think that Aaron is getting a raise, okay? That is strictly not what that is, so I wanna make sure I'm very clear on that. Don't want that, misinterpreted. What that is from is previously there was 2 people paid out of that line item. And so then Gene selected to move that position back to another location. But what we didn't do, when we did the initial amendment to do that, we did not capture what the previous employee's pay was. I think it was just one pay period was paid. So we're having to go back and make that adjustment. So again, there's been no change to Aaron's salary whatsoever. This is just kind of capturing that one initial pay. And that's something we should have caught when we did it, and we didn't. That's all it is cleaning that line item up. And then also shifting some funds for the building improvements. We're taking those funds away from the rentals, from capital outlay, and then the rest is just cleanup. The next item is highway and bridge. That's what the insurance recovery I just mentioned about. We had an issue to one of our bridges, and then the highway department, Gene and Aaron, worked diligently to find out who and what caused the damage to the bridge, and we're able to get an insurance check for that. So we need to put those funds back into the account and reflect that through the insurance recovery. And then the last 2 are just strictly little small cleanup items from within the category. Does anybody have any questions? Again, there's not any funds coming from their fund balance, it's strictly moving things from within.
You have a question? David, go ahead.
Gene, what improvements you gonna do for $24,000?
We're gonna look at them just in a minute. They're already done. We all back here in the shop, what we've done about the floors. updating back there.
Any other questions? Any from the public? If not, I entertain a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Read the motion. Robin second. Any other discussion? Not, all in favor say aye. Any opposed? All right, next thing on the agenda is adopting roads into the county road system. I think we discussed this.
Yes, we've discussed it several times, you know, Fiddler's Court and Scenic Cove is two roads that was being built when Barry was in here. Fiddler's Court's up off Old Council, Scenic Court's out here off of Scenic, off Highway 11. Both of them has been completed. We just ready to move forward, take them into the system. Fiddler's Court, Neil has got it registered, all that's done. The Scenic Cove, Billy has got all his signatures. He is going to, planning committee tonight, this afternoon, to get signed off on that, perhaps, hopefully, and it will be ready to go before, that's all he likes. Everybody else has signed off on it, Brandon, myself, everybody. He Billy done a really great job out there, which are happy, but, anyway, those two roads is, you know, in my opinion, ready to move on. Dillon Lane, we're, you know, we're, in my opinion, again, we need to accept that 330 feet in, and, you know, that's gonna cost, I told you all that, when we do that, we can't get to the back end of our 9/10 without crossing that, and, we are looking at, I had told y'all, the estimate, I got an estimate from Henderson Construction and Excavating of 48,616 to put a low water in there. That low water is roughly 62 feet by 17 feet wide. So, you know, I think it needs to be accepted. Thing's been thrown around for a long time now. And, you know, one end of the bridge is caved in, but you know, Barry had stopped us from even going over there and, doing maintenance to our part. And, I did finally send a patch truck over there. Those folks was literally patching with Quikrete. And, but we got work to do in there, and we can't get in there, across this bridge with our machinery until something is done. So, you know, I'm throwing that out there to, be accepted. And, the last one is Poland Drive out here. You know, there's 16 houses out there. Culverts has been put in all drives, ditches done. You know, it's, been kept up with the owners for years, since Bob Poland days. Got a really good base. We're talking about a 1,570 feet long. It's gonna cost, $10,616 is the way I've got it figured to surface it. But anyway, I'm throwing those all four roads out to be passed and sent on to our, county road list.
All right, I got Terry, then Mr. Reedy, then Ricky.
You can go ahead and look, Mr. Reedy, since he's.
All right, Mr. Reedy, go ahead.
I guess, Gene, where will the funds, where you going, for this Dillon Lane? It's coming out of your
Well,
general fund.
we have to try to find it somewhere. I mean, you know, it's, without me moving it or finding it somewhere, I guess pulling it out of rock, oil, somewhere,
Yeah.
fuel, somewhere,
So
you
you're
know, I just don't have the,
just taking it down.
right. I
Something
don't have
like
it.
that.
I haven't got the extra to do that, but,
But, you know, I guess my feeling about these two is, we have a lot of developers that's left their people that they've sold the houses to in a big lurch. And if you take the hard line, it's like, well, you just bought it the way it is. But I don't think we can do our people that way.
Right.
I mean, we just, because developers done got his money and they all gone.
Yeah.
And these people now are living with the mess. And we say, well, you should have known before you bought it. Well, how many people are going to be an expert at road building and foundation repairs and all that sort of stuff that have it done? So I think we ought to, in my opinion, I think we ought to go ahead and do this work and fix it for our citizens.
Dylan, that's the one down there before you get into Monte Hill, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Poland Drive.
Out here, off of Maxwell.
Right. The, is it in the work we have to do to it, is it need to be done now?
Well,
I mean, I know they want for us to accept it into the county system,
you're right.
but is it what work have we gotta do?
Just basically clipping it, straighten it up, grade it, clip it, roll it, and shoot it. And that's what I told you, the price, we're looking at $10,000.
So, I mean, even if we accept it now, do we have to do it now?
Well, you know, I was out there last week, we accepted, we should for sure, you know, there's some holes and stuff, and it needs graded and clipped and but, you know, we wouldn't, tire and ship it till May or so anyway, if we did, but, you know, I would like to go on and get it as soon as we can. I mean, it's a bunch of new houses out there and it's a mess. It really is, but, you know, that's another thing, residents out there, went to Home Depot and bought patch in a bag and patched their hose with it. So, but you know, it's one of those deals that's ongoing as well, and it, goes all the way back to when Bob was here. So, anyway, I've heard all kinds of stories about it, but, it's got a really good base, and I think it's something that the people deserve. You know, 1,570 feet, you know, I feel like they pay taxes, and it ought to be on the list.
Terry, then Shelley.
Yeah, this is something that, if you look at your minutes, all of this except for Scenic Drive was actually approved in December, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, all of this, and it's bringing it back, and I can understand why, is, Chris got done with the papers that he needs to get done with?
Yes,
For this to be done?
and actually what he done is he and Graham met with him as well. You know, he basically, we talked about it, and didn't really, wasn't any sense in it going back to the
Right.
planning, so, it was basically my choice to bring it forward, and the committee vote on it.
Yeah, and this, down there at Dillon Lane, I'll just be honest with you, I was one of them that was, hey, they knew what they bought when they got there, but we was also looking at, not throwing anybody under, but the last administration, we were looking at $500,000
Yeah.
at the cheapest,
Yes,
up to a little bit over $1 million.
yes,
So, as commissioner, you looking at, hey, you know, these people bought that knowing what that was like. Now, the telephone company's the one that messed it, is that right? When they put a pipe through there?
Water.
It was
Water.
the water department
Yeah.
done? Well, now it is, it's
yeah,
sideways, and Gene can't,
Yeah.
I would say don't go in there.
Yeah.
You know, but now that Gene's got it down to $48,000, I don't know that you ever gonna get anything that cheap on that right there and satisfy those people, which Gene just mentioned. They are taxpayers, and I see a lot of this, these roads being talked about on Facebook. Why would you take this in? Why would you take that in? Why would you take that one in? Well, these roads like Poland Drive, that road has been in good shape. Filler's Court is a new one. It's in good shape. Dillon Lane is good all the way back through there as far as taking in but these people are also taxpayers.
Yeah.
You know,
and the other thing, and a lot of people thinks, you know, right there, Terry, you know, that we're taking all of Dillon Lane.
Yeah.
We're not. All we add new to it is 330 feet.
Right, yeah.
And you know, 62 feet of it is that bridge.
Yeah.
We've got the back end, we've already got
But that's
that.
been a stupid deal
Yeah,
anyway,
it
because
has.
the first 300 feet didn't belong to the county, but you still had to cross that 330 feet
Right.
to get to county.
Right.
So yeah, it's been needed to been done for a long time, and as cheap as this is gonna be done, that doesn't mean that you're fixing to start on next week anyway.
No,
You know,
it's
it's
not,
just-
and you know, and Mr. Reedy asked a
Right.
question about where I was gonna come up with the bridge funds if this passes and we move on forward, you know, it may, have to turn into next year's budget, you know, in June, after we have to see where our money is and go, you know, so. But, sorry, Kelly.
On Scenic Cove, just a question. They have paved it.
Yes.
So now does that mean from here on out, we're gonna have to pave it?
No, it does not. You know, Billy had talked to me about it, and, you know, once, and we'll all probably be gone by the time it does wear out, or, I mean, but you can go right back over and shoot tire and shit right over that. We've done Chestnut Grove Road the same way. No, that question has been brought up to me, but, you know, you probably saw it if you know it and know that it's paved, but done a really great
Oh,
job.
they're good.
They done a great job, but it doesn't force us to have to keep it up with hot mix.
And how long would that hot mix laying there last before you really have to go and address? Cause this may be something we're not gonna see attention.
Yes,
For down
you
the
know,
road.
and I would guess, you know, 15, 20 years. You know, just, and the more traffic's on it, it's gonna be worse because it's not enough traffic on it to keep it alive, really. So, but I think we would be fine to say that 15 to 20 years. But, you know, and that's just like, that I wanna see to move forward, and Tracy and I talked about a little bit ago, you know, we've got some roads, and Salem Road was one of them, that need to strike and stuff, but this new product that we're using, we haven't used any of it on hot mix, we've used it on chip seal to seal it. You know, if we can catch these roads before they get to that bad spot and spend $4,000 to $8,000 a mile on it, or you put about $4,000 for the seal and about $4,000 for the stripes, and spend that to prolong your life of it, you know, keep the moisture out of it. That's just something that I would like to see, and I think it's gonna work well for us. But anyway.
Can I ask one more?
Yes, ma'am.
When do you think you'll do something with Agnew?
That is, actually, we've talked with them, talked to contractors, we're shooting for the first week of April. They're gonna come back in and redo.
Redo?
Yeah.
All at their cost?
Yes, all at that cost. And actually, we're holding, half of that project's money now.
Mr. Ricky, you put that in a form of a motion to accept that a minute ago.
I did not, but I will.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. It's
Okay, 4 different times.
Yeah, it's 4 different.
So, the first one
We
on
need to do
the,
each one individually.
first one on the list, we didn't do it. We didn't vote on it.
Fiddler Store.
Have a motion to accept Fiddler Court. Do that, Mr. Ricky. Or, Carl.
I'll second.
All right. Get that out. Any discussion? Any discussion from the public? Terry?
Gene, is there any need of any of these going to the planning commission?
No,
I
sir.
didn't see any.
The only one, Terry, is the one that's going this evening is
The Fiddlers.
Scenic Cove.
Yes, and, yeah.
Billy's gonna be there this evening.
Yeah.
And, that's the only signature he likes on the plat.
Thank you.
Any other discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? None. What's the next one on the
Scenic Cove.
City Cove? Motion to
And I
accept.
heard my cousin Billy.
I wouldn't have told you.
No, you gotta read the statement. I may have a conflict of interest, but in my best conscience.
I withdraw.
I make a motion.
All right, have a second.
I'll second.
All right, any other discussion? Any discussion from the public? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Or not? The next is Dillon Lane. All right.
Just to accept 330.
Yep, except, which like Gene said, the back part's already been accepted to the county years ago. And have a motion to accept Dillon Lane. Carmen?
Yep.
Vicky, second.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
On Dillon Lane, Terry mentioned that the water, department that, you know, put a line in toward the road up to begin with. Why is it that they don't have some responsibility of fixing it? I know that's going back a ways, but
What he's referring to is when they dug
Put water in there.
put
Yeah.
water line across through there, and when they covered it back up, the water ran over the bridge and eroded it out, started washing like that, and it
Yeah.
eroded it out, and which, with no gravel under it, trucks go over, cars go over it, broke the bridge.
Yeah.
It was just like a 6-inch concrete slab anyway.
So maybe it wasn't up
It
to
was put in
specs
by the
anyway.
people that, the road, nobody associated with the road put that bridge in.
Yeah.
It was the people that lived back there.
Okay.
It's just not up to standard anyway.
Never was.
And it probably would have happened anyway, whether they put the water line in or not, just
Well-
because of the rain.
And I believe that's the second one that's been put there anyway, 'cause the other one is pushed up beside the bank to keep the bank from eroding. Terry?
And it was so much time in between when they put the pipe in, and when it actually started doing it,
Couldn't.
you know, we believe that's what.
Exactly, it's no proof that they, you know, it come floods and et cetera, and, you know, we, like Terry said, we believe that, but we can't.
I wouldn't wanna put that in a public statement,
Right.
cause of the
Yeah.
Right,
water department.
right.
They're messing
But the
with
new
it.
one's gonna have so many more culverts under there, it should flow the water real good.
David?
Gene, once we accept this, is there any temporary work you can do to it to make it better for the citizens until we get it done? Is
No.
it just want to do it?
Yes, it's just one, and we've looked at that, and contractors, you know, went down there and met with them, and there's really not. You know, we're dealing with, water running over it as we speak, and there's really no patching, you know, so to speak, that we can. We just need to get it fixed when we can.
David?
Who's over our bridge building now? I mean,
We just bid it out.
well, but how many people we got usually bids now? 'Cause usually we've always had somebody local.
Well, and this is local, actually, this gentleman here worked with, Charles Green, and for years and years, and he's went off on his own, he done some bridge work over here in Lawrence County, does about all their bridges.
What is his name?
Robbie Henderson, That makes
I was
sense,
talking to Charles Green earlier this week.
yeah, and Charles actually came down there with him, and,
But I didn't know who.
yeah,
I know Watkins at one time was thinking.
they're not doing it
No,
anymore.
not doing it anymore. Okay. That's all I want to know.
Any other discussion from the public? If not, all in favor of accepting Dillon Lane, 300 and some odd feet, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Or none? We can have the board on it. Alright. Accepting the remaining 1,500 feet of Pony Drive, I have a motion to accept that. Ricky? Mr. Reedy, second. Any discussion? Any discussion from the public? Go ahead, Ms. Giles.
If the road is up to specs, why are you having to spend 10,000? Was it 10,000? Did I get that right?
Oil and chips, that's the surfacing.
But the
recent-
road is up to standards?
The road, the base is, it's never been tired and chipped. It's never been tired and chipped.
Well, I understand that.
Right.
But not being tarred and chipped, does that kick it out of being, acceptable to, as far as our standards go?
I don't think so, but I mean, if you all got an issue with it, but I don't think it does. I mean, it's, you know, that's the reason, you know, Gail, it's got a road there that we have worked, we've took care of one end of it, and, we chip sealed it and took care of it, and we had the other end.
And my only concern is that if we're, making exceptions for
I
a
understand.
particular road, what happens to, you know, there's a lot of roads out there
Yes.
that didn't have public, dedication road.
Right,
And of course, up front, excuse me, when somebody buys, property off of a road that's not, standard, or acceptable, you're not paying as much up front, and that's all the reason that, you know, it happens that way. So, I guess you get what you pay for.
Gene, is that in the, it's not in the standard, is it, you know, the payment, it's just as long as you got the base to,
No, yes, in our specs now, it's supposed to be tire and chip.
it wasn't in the past, was it?
No,
No.
I didn't think it was.
no. Back when Poland Drive was built and all that, you know, back in the peak days and all that, it's came through and, you know, it never was. You know,
So currently it is.
currently
The
it is.
standard, it
Yes, currently.
requires it.
Yes.
So
currently
new
it is.
development would.
Yes.
Any other discussion? David?
The bond, two contractors, we still holding a bond on part of them, and what committee releases that bond?
The planning would, but which I've signed off on as well, but, we're not holding anymore.
Any other discussion? Not all in favor, say aye. Any opposed? And, alright, next thing on the agenda, is old business. Do we have any old business?
No, I hadn't got any.
Do we have any new business?
Yes, I got some new business. You know, I came to y'all and talked to you about getting a backhoe down. I priced one, $143,000. Just want to throw out there, and I know money's tight everywhere, but we need a backhoe. You know, we got one with the engine down in it. We tried to seal the rear end, it's not holding, etc. Bottom line, we need a backhoe. But I have found a 2021 420 cat, just like what we've got down here at Warrior. Someone had traded in and bought a new John Deere. But anyway, and I know where the machine come from, and it can be bought for $69,000, half the price of what a new one is. You know, I just wanted to throw that out to you. Anybody's got any extra money? We, you know, it's actually, you know, I know it's just because you can run across a good deal somewhere, you can't always get it, but it's a Stendaho, super nice machine. You know, it was, the bucket still got all the paint on it. It wasn't even used for digging. But I know some history on the machine, and but anyway, if there were some way that we could have got a hold of money from somewhere, it'd been I think it was a good deal.
You don't have no way in your budget to do anything?
No.
Mr. Reedy?
That's a fast answer.
Yeah, what do you, would you expect the life of this 21?
You know, it's got shy of 2,000 hours on it, and the machine that Barry bought that's down was the very first used machine he bought when he came in here. And if I'm not mistaken, Mr. Reedy, it had 1,700 hours on it, because back then I was the one that got that machine and ran it all this time. And so here we are 22 years later or whatever, and that gives you a good theory to look at, you know,
Okay.
about 20 years or so is the way that one done. Yeah.
How many hours on the one you staying there?
That I found,
No, the one that's just broke.
60, right at 7,000.
David?
Is there any available money in your fund balance, and is the machine you're wanting to get rid of, does it have any value?
It could have some value. We just gov deal it, you know.
5,000,
Yes,
10,000?
it would, yes. That's 5,000-10,000, you know, just guessing. You know, it will actually still run. It's not gonna live. It's dumping fuel into the oil and which the rear ends out of it. I mean, it's pouring oil out of it. We've resealed it, and it won't hold. It actually needs a new housing that we can't even find.
Okay, so back to the second part, the fund balance, your fund balance, highway fund balance.
Yes.
Nothing we pull from that?
That'd be a capital purchase.
Huh?
That'd be a capital purchase. You know, it's not budgeted in So,
That's right.
I got a question, and Beth, since we're under financial management, we have to sell everything through gov.com?
Yes, we do, that's statutory, yes. We cannot do trade-ins, we have to sell everything, yes.
and actually it does pretty good on.
It really does,
Yeah,
it
it
really,
does.
really does. I mean, we sell things that most people would scrap, and we get, I mean, it's amazing what people collect, let's put it that way.
And that's, everybody's available to bid on that.
Yes,
too.
absolutely.
Period.
Gene, would you be getting any kind of 30-day warranty, anything at all with this?
That hadn't been talked about, Terry, but I wanna think we might could.
And then, could you use any parts off of this that you're gonna get rid of? Would you be better off?
No, sir, it's a New Holland and
Alright.
we're going to a cat.
Yeah.
What's the likelihood of, grants from the state? Is anything changed in that score? Have you heard anything
No,
about
I
what's
haven't
going
heard
on?
anything.
That's what- okay.
We are working on something, and this is just vaguely, we met with a Collier Engineering a few days ago, but on some safety stuff. That's through federal and really sounds good. It'll be a 80-20 match, but it's all, safety required stuff, and we just got some information for the number of people that we've got in our county, you know, we could have, I mean, our county was supposed to be around 17 and a little over 17 per 100,000 fatalities, and we're up at 27. So they've then contacted us, and we're gonna qualify for it.
So that, when you say safety, maybe that has to do with straightening out roads or?
Possibly
What is it?
guardrail, signage, striping. We're not gonna get probably any kind of paving or anything out of it, but,
Okay.
stuff like that, so, safety stuff.
Yeah.
But it looks good right now, Gail. Nothing's in concrete yet. They're working on it as we speak, and so, that's where we are there.
On that note, you know, when you're out and about, particularly at Walmart, wherever you hear all kinds of ideas from all kinds of folks, but I've heard a lot of folks concerned about Salem Road at Highway 11, particularly trying to turn left on Highway 11, and how dangerous it's gotten with all the cars speeding up the hill. Just wanna throw that out there.
Salem Road or Fall River?
I'm
Road?
sorry, Fall River Road.
Okay.
Yes.
I said Salem,
Yes,
Salem.
and it's, you know, and I live out there,
Yeah.
and it is a dangerous place. You know, the state come in and changed that entrance
Yeah.
on Fall River, and it still
It's got
hadn't.
people torn all to
Yes,
pieces.
it still hadn't, and now, Carmen, even, and you know, but now, if you're sitting in Fall River Road and coming out and going back toward town, now that the dollar store's there, folks has got their signal light on back before they get to you, you don't know where it's going, and I've seen very close mistakes there.
Folks had asked, could that,
Yes.
going up the hill on 11 be, that right-hand lane be right turn only?
And that's state, that ain't got anything to do with us, but you know, I'll be glad to.
Gene, I can
direct you
to the right folks.
Okay, so, you know, we can certainly, and I can see that. You know, the only thing, Carmen, where I would see a problem is down at the bottom, if where you're coming in, it's starting out at a 2-lane at the bottom of the hill coming up, and you've got a slow truck and somebody running 70, and it all gets, we're in a lane that's a right lane only to turn, you know, things at the top of the hill is gonna get congested real quick. But hey, that's
I
not,
saw that when I went to Loretto's the other day, I just checked it out, and I thought,
Yeah.
I don't know if that's possible.
Yeah.
But, you know,
that's me thinking out loud, but hey, you know, Aaron might could help us with that, engineering, whatever, to speak on that, but that's just my thinking.
Thank you.
I've had several people contact me about the
Yeah.
same issue.
Yeah.
And, when we talked to the state about it, what they were suggesting is lowering it to 45.
Anything would help.
That was there, but, you know, if they would change it back to the way it was, where you could come out of the dollar store and go around.
Yeah.
I don't know who the engineer was that did that, but
Yes.
he guessed my
Right.
opinion on it.
But you know, and just like what you said about and Rick and I talked about this earlier, and I've always felt like this, but you know, it's even when we post our roads, it doesn't matter if we put them at 5 mile an hour until they're out there and patrolled, and you know, our county, our sheriff's department and state, you know, just they're not there. I mean, we just, they're
Don't have
not,
enough manpower.
there's not enough power there to do that, but anyway,
Since we're getting these new troopers, it's gonna change.
okay.
I went to Plumber yesterday,
Oh,
up 31.
Nick, then I'll get you there. Go ahead, Mr. Ronald.
Yeah, Jim, the backhoe that we presently have today, seems to be on its last leg.
Yes, sir.
If it goes completely out without us getting another one, what would you do?
I mean, we're not running it now. It's already, we know it's on its last leg, it's not even being run as we speak. We parked it out and chose not to spend any more money on it, and we're sitting here, I mean, we're making do. It's tough, but I mean, it's, until we've been through, it's okay right now, but when we get into the busy part of the season, you know, it's really gonna show.
How many backhoes you have that's actually working?
3.
Terry?
If, my opinion on this, if you're coming up Anthony Hill and you make that a right lane turn only, I think trying to fix it's gonna make it worse, because you have a lot of heavy vehicles that comes up in the left lane to turn off Anthony Hill. These cars behind it wanna jump around them.
Yeah.
And if you make it like that, and the people coming out Fall River gonna think, well, they fix and turn in here, well, that's that whole thing, Gene, if you remember back when the state fixed that,
Yes.
they messed it up.
Oh, yeah.
And like Tracy said, nobody asked us our opinion of it, but now you
Exactly.
can't fix it back like it was because of the dollar store entrance. Cause
Yes.
if you, cause you be shooting out Fall River Road, you
Yeah.
gonna slap somebody at
Yes.
the dollar store.
Exactly.
So I don't know that you can do anything to it better than what it is right now.
I don't know either, Terry.
I really don't.
Back to your backhoe, I guess what my suggestion was, wouldn't you say, take it to financial management and see if there's any money in 171 to make a capital purchase? Would that
You're
be
saying take the budget, or,
that'd be-
well, I can tell you.
We know it's not anything 171, is it?
I mean, if it would be a very, very minimal one, then, I mean, 171 is gonna be non-existent really soon, so. That's whatever the wishes of this body is, I mean, and then we can take it up at budget, but again, this is kind of repercussions of what the last budget cycle was.
It's really nothing we can do if you don't have money to buy it in your force this committee, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, any other new business?
Can I ask one more question?
All right, go ahead.
Gene, do y'all normally run 4 backhoes?
Yes. Well, actually, see, Terry, this one here is our 3rd one. We've got another older New Holland back there that was here, that doesn't have a clamp bucket and doesn't have an extender hole. It gets used some,
Right.
but, it's, there again, it's an older backhoe, but it still does run.
Right.
We just can't figure what this is
Right,
doing.
that's it.
Anything else on new business, Jim?
No, but I've got a question just to throw it out here, and I don't know, you guys know a lot more about it than I do, and I hear the 189 talked about and stuff like that. You know, is there, I'm just throwing this, asking, is there perhaps that any funds could come out of there?
She'd be the one to ask.
And I'm just asking, I mean, and, you know, I didn't know, but,
Well, that's a great question, Gene, from your perspective, but we have to remember that a bond was just voted on, so we know we've got to divert those sales tax dollars to debt service.
okay,
There is currently remaining funds in 189 that this commission could do something different with, but again, that's really a good question for the budget committee. At this
Yeah.
point, I don't really think that my personal opinion should be reflected on that. But I know we gotta make sure we service the bond, with those revenues.
I understand. And I want everybody to know, yes, you know, I've got some monies in rock and oil and fuel that I could, but it's gonna, you know, it shuts down our work. And if we don't have the money to work with, I really don't need a backhoe.
Right. Mr. Reedy?
I make a motion that we send this request on the budget committee for consideration of what we can do with 189, Friday, and settle it.
Just do it.
That was gonna be my motion, so
Okay.
I'll second it.
Alright, got a motion in a second. Got some discussion over here.
I just wanna remind everybody too, that even though we're buying a piece of the used equipment, it's over our $50,000 threshold, we will have to pay to have it, to have an appraisal done on it. That's the only way we're authorized to be able to do that.
I'm sorry, will you say what you said over again?
We will have to have it appraised.
Yeah.
So we'll have to pay someone to be able to do that, to make sure that it is valued at that
Okay.
amount, before we can go forward with the purchase. If we get to that point.
Right.
Now, only thing we on state bid would be a new piece of equipment, no
Correct.
new stuff is on state,
But
right?
that's the only way we're able to do is have it, and I forgot the actual, the term of it, certified.
I don't remember exactly what it is, but.
It makes sense though.
That way, make sure you're not buying something
Right.
used and then
Right.
you're paying more for it
Get
and.
upside down on when you.
Right.
Exactly.
Alright, we got a motion in a second to send it to the budget.
Budget committee.
Okay. Any other discussion?
Do we know what the added cost of that appraisal would be?
No, sir, I don't. We can start working on that.
Well,
and
I can-
see.
I can,
Maybe by Friday?
Maybe by
'Cause we can
Friday,
talk
yeah.
about it Friday.
yes, I can, I'll try to come up with something.
And you said that it was for sale for half price, but
Yeah.
67?
69.
69?
69.
Okay.
And, you know, and hey,